Today on Houston Life, tummy troubles? Well, you're not alone. We'll get expert medical advice from local gastroenterologists about symptoms and signs you need to make an appointment. And is it time to upgrade the look of your home? How a team of flooring experts can bring the shopping experience straight to you with hundreds of samples to choose from. Plus, the local organization empowering young women to be bold, smart, and fun. Info on a great event with Girls Inc. of Houston and how you can get involved. And we are learning how Space Center Houston is helping kids with special needs explore science in a more comfortable and welcoming environment. All that and more happening today on Houston Life.
Live from Studio B and KPRC2. Houston Life starts now.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Houston Life on this Tuesday, June 22nd, 2021. I'm Derek Shore, of course. And this face, Danielle Robay, filling in for Courtney while she's off. Danielle, welcome to Houston Life.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be in Houston. I actually have a lot of Texas ties in my life, so it felt good when the plane grounded.
When the plane finally landed in that crazy storm last night?
Yeah, actually, so Derek's alluding to the fact that we had an emergency landing on my plane. Before we got to Houston, I was in Corpus Christi for the very first time.
Okay.
Didn't see anything there. Seemed like a nice place. I was on the plane, but I guess these flash floods are something that happen here.
Yeah, flash floods are kind of a thing here, right? Like if it rains hard enough, fast enough, which our street was flooding this morning.
Oh, no.
You know, storms here in Texas, they're a big deal. I've lived here now for 5 years. I've seen some massive storms, but at 5 a.m. when the lightning was dancing and the thunder was crashing, our whole house was shaking. It felt like the house was going to kind of fall apart.
Thank goodness I slept through that part because that would have scared me.
Yeah, it was really, really intense. Well, welcome to Houston. We're glad you made it safely.
Thank you, thank you.
And I understand your brother used to live here. Is that your family tie?
A few family ties. So my brother lived and worked in Houston, but I have probably 4 aunts and uncles that worked at the University of Texas in Austin, and so a ton of family are there, had professors there, so we've been Longhorns fans for a long time.
Okay, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Well, to our viewers, Danielle, you are probably familiar to many of them. A lot of them probably follow you on social. You have a podcast. You do a ton of red carpet interviews, and you've probably seen Danielle on Extra, on E! News. You work for the NBC affiliate in Los Angeles as well. We're seeing some of your career opportunities on screen. How did this all begin? Because you grew up in Chicago, but you had dreams of moving to La La Land.
Yeah, I did. I always wanted to move to La La Land. I grew up in Chicago, like you said, and it was cold. I didn't even know what a palm tree was until I think I turned 18. So I did local news in Wisconsin-Madison, where I went to college, and I loved news, and I just did not like the cold weather, and I thought, I'm gonna book this one-way ticket to LA. I lived in a garage at first, which I can't even believe I did that now that I look back, but at the time I was just so happy to be there that I didn't care. And I started working. I started doing red carpets, working for free, just trying to get my foot in the door. And then, yeah, you're seeing these photos of Jason Momoa and Ben Affleck and Larry King. And, you know, I've had some cool experiences. I've been really lucky, but only because people took a chance on me.
Well, luck and talent and determination. You were doing so many things. It's been fun just chatting with you about mutual friends we have in common because it is such a small world. Do you have any favorite assignments? Because it seems like studying school in Madison, Wisconsin, which is such a fun city.
It is.
You were a political science major.
Yeah.
So have you found that that degree has come around and helped you in your red carpet interview life?
That's such a good question. You know, at the beginning it didn't, because I would be on the red carpet and I had to ask all of these serious questions. I never asked, what are you wearing? Or like, you know, what do you think about the weather today? I'd always be like, so what do you think about race relations in our country? And like, you know, just things that you're not supposed to ask on the red carpet. And I realized that I worked in entertainment news, in pop culture, and I do like to see what Kim Kardashian is wearing, I'm not gonna lie, but I more cared about how pop culture was a mirror to our society and what it meant and how it was being reflected and informed our culture. And so I think it kind of gave me a different angle that helped me stand out in LA a little bit.
Well, you certainly stand out, and I know you will stand out in Houston as well. So the podcast that you host, you don't just host it, you created this. It's called Pretty Smart.
Yeah.
Walk us through this, because Danielle, yesterday when you and I were chatting about this, you were talking about the process of sort of venturing into the land of the unknown. Brooke Baldwin, oh my gosh, one of my favorites. She just wrote a book, of course, and left CNN.
That's why she was on the podcast. We were talking about it.
Movers and shakers. You're interviewing, especially, women out there who are making a difference in the world.
Exactly. So I call it a love letter to women with something to say, because as you know, in LA, not everybody has something to say. Some people are just pretty to look at, and I thought about all the pretty women in my life, and they were the type of pretty that mattered. They were pretty bold, pretty witty, pretty strong, and then pretty smart. And I thought to myself, I want to create an interview series where I speak to all of these people that put a new spin on pretty, the type of pretty that matters. And so we have riveting conversations. Sometimes it's just learning through other people's stories. And sometimes it's like taking major topics like kindness and sort of talking through the difference between kindness and being nice, and like really learning to live better.
Wow, that is so deep and so great and so needed. Because I feel like as far as we have come, right, as evolved as we think we are, I feel like the mean girl factor still exists out there. You know what I mean? I mean, there are still women who are just, instead of supporting other people, what's the saying, that rising tide lifts all ships?
Yeah, lifts all ships.
But I feel like that's a concept that is still hard for so many people to grasp, but that they're quick to cut others down instead of lift them up.
You know, that's a good point. I think it comes from a place of lack. You know, when I first moved to LA, I thought there's only one spot. There's only one seat at the table. And so when you're more confident in your own skill set, I think you're really willing and ready to invite other people to your table. You know, just the people at the station today, all the women here did that for me. They went out of their way, I could tell. And so I think things like that are changing. I really feel it. I think we've learned.
I love that you use the chair at the table analogy, because one of my favorite sayings is, there is room for everyone at the table.
It's more fun when there's more chairs.
For sure.
I don't want to be alone at the party.
Well, also, I think that just your hard work is underscored by this idea that while you are, filling in on Houston Life, and you're flying to New York and doing red carpet interviews in LA, and you are so exceedingly busy, you still found the drive and the time and determination to create this podcast, which really has created a space to, again, have very important conversations with other women.
It's so generous of you to say thank you. It is the single most fulfilling thing I've ever done. I get to have the conversations I've always wanted to have, and on a podcast, there's no time limit. So we cut it down so we don't, waste everybody's time. But it's fun. We just get to roll. And I think people really open up on a podcast because they don't feel like it's rushed. So it's been so fulfilling and so cool to meet really interesting women and learn better through their stories. You know?
Yeah. Thursdays, that's the day when the new episodes drop. Is that right?
Yeah, they drop every Thursday, actually probably like Wednesday at midnight. So I subscribe and they come to my phone. It's embarrassing. I see my own podcast. I get excited when it comes to my phone.
It's so exciting. It must be really exhilarating.
It is.
And unfortunately, we do have time constraints on Houston Life, so we can't just go on and on and on. When it comes to your celebrity interactions, we had a conversation upstairs that really struck me, because the interviews that I've done with major celebrities.
Oh, this is funny.
In general, I think people are just nice, right? And they've worked really hard to get there. Is that your experience in Hollywood? Because I have found that a lot of people have this idea that, oh, people from LA are so fake. That was not my experience at all. It wasn't my experience at all. What's yours?
It's funny because upstairs we were talking about how usually the biggest stars, the biggest celebrities are the kindest. So like Tom Hanks, he is as nice as everybody says he is. Julia Roberts, same thing. And I think the bigger you are, there's a reason that you got to that point. So sometimes if we're spilling all the tea, some of the reality stars are a little bit you know, they have a little bit of an attitude or something, but I think that the people are usually in a place for a reason. They worked hard, they were kind. There's been few exceptions to that.
Yeah, that is my experience as well. And not just
Yeah.
folks who are on camera, but also behind the scenes people who are just good at their jobs and want to be nice to each other.
Yeah, people that want more seats at the table.
That is true. Well, Danielle, we're so happy to have you on Houston Life for the next few days. We're going to have a lot of fun today.
We really are. We had fun upstairs. We're definitely going to have fun downstairs.
Okay, well, buckle up. Still to come on Houston Life, it is the hottest club in town, but you won't be doing any dancing there. Find out which business is taking the top spot for memberships in the U.S.
Interesting. And Joe Sam is hanging out at Space Center, Houston today with some fun activities for the family. Hey, Joe.
Hey guys, yeah, that's right. So we are trying out some tightrope walking with their new exhibit. They're calling it Extreme. Oh, I think I got it. There we go. We're going to be talking about their exhibit that they're going to be having here, and they're going to be incorporating that within their sensory-friendly event that's going to be happening this weekend. We're going to tell you all about that when Houston Life returns in just 2 minutes. I'm going to go and do some more tightrope walking.
All right, welcome back to Houston Life. This is a really hot topic for a lot of people. Costco memberships. Do you have one?
I used to have one. Now, I'm going to be honest, I share one.
Oh, you share one. Okay,
Yeah.
I think that's acceptable.
Is it? I don't have to whisper it?
Wait, who do you share it with?
So my old roommate and I share one because we're too cheap to have our own.
Okay, that is amazing because I used to share a membership too. Actually, my mom and I share one.
Okay, so that also works.
I think that's fine, right? Because we're next of kin.
Are you a big Costco fan?
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? The $6.99 bottle of Tilia Malbec is a steal. And I always, like Lauren Kelly was just saying, she doesn't go because what is she going to buy in bulk? I don't know, toilet paper?
Yeah, it's still COVID times. Definitely toilet paper.
You need toilet paper. Okay, so here's the big news and the reason why we're talking about it. So it turns out, according to Bloomberg, the number of Costco memberships has now exceeded the number of U.S. households that pay for cable TV.
Yeah, I actually wasn't surprised by this, were you?
You know, a little bit. The more people have Costco memberships than have cable.
I think you can stream everything now, for the most part, and so, like, you can't stream toilet paper and cereal.
That is a very excellent point. I never even thought of that. That is true. That is true. But I feel like with streaming services, though, people are getting rid of cable, but then they're signing up for all these streaming services, and those are expensive, too.
I was actually laughing, trying to count how many of the streaming services I had and if they amounted to my cable bill.
Yeah.
I think I have like 6 streaming services.
Oh, my gosh. Well, you might as well pay for that cable bill. What's your top item at Costco?
I like the big cereal.
The big cereal?
Yeah, or like the white T-shirts. They come in like big 6 to 8 packs.
Wow.
Is that weird?
Both answers I was not expecting. We're going to put a pin in that one right now and get over to Lauren Kelly. Lauren, I've got to ask you about your favorite Costco item.
Hello, Tito's Pizza Rolls, like in bulk all the time.
There you
right?
go.
Yeah, well, we want to hear from you. There's Wine Club, there's Book Club, there's Chess Club. If you started a club, what would it be and why? And we already have some great answers coming in. Let's go to Kathleen right now. She says Dessert Club because why not? I am on board with that. And Penny writes in, the Hug Club, more love, no hate. Agreed with that one too. Mick says, I started a procrastinators club, but no one ever showed up. I think I was in that. And Pamela writes in, making plans and breaking them club. Oh man, I'm usually not the same person I was when I made the plans to when it comes to time to follow through with them. So if you want to join this conversation, just head over to the Houston Life Facebook page and join us. We're going to share a lot more of your comments a little later on. Danielle, Derek, what do you think? What kind of club would you be starting?
Pamela's my girl. I'm with her on that one.
So true. Anytime I make plans, you know, a few weeks in advance, it sounds cool. And then the day of, it's like, oh, why did I make plans?
I know. Does that make us bad people?
Yes.
Okay.
You think all of us are bad? I think it makes us normal.
Okay, maybe that's our club right there, right?
There we go.
Okay.
Sorry I can't make it to your birthday party next month. I'm not in the mood.
It's just that I don't want to come.
Thanks, Lauren.
Sure. All right, guys.
Awesome. Well, strap on your moon boots because Space Center Houston is back. And they're giving kids with special needs a chance to explore in a more comfortable environment.
Yeah, this is really cool. Joe Sam is there now with a look at what they have planned for their upcoming sensory-friendly event. Joe, what's it all about?
So there's going to be so much happening here, you guys. You can already see how beautiful it is. In the center, we have some kids already playing right behind us on a rock climbing wall. But this is going to be a reduced environment whenever that sensory-friendly event is going to be happening. I have the Chief Operating Officer here with me, Mary, to tell me more about that. This is going to be really great because what things they're going to be doing is they're going to be reducing the light with some sunshades. You guys even have a backpack that has a lot of different things in there. Let's talk about that.
Absolutely. Well, at Space Center Houston, we're really committed to making this an accessible and fun learning environment about space for everyone. So we do collaborate with a lot of community organizations, and we're always adding and creating new events. We do have on a daily basis, we have a special sensory backpack that we have some of our things that our guests can borrow on a limited basis, but we have headphones that people can put on to also reduce the sound on everyday basis, as well as we do sunglasses that also reduces the light, and we also provide fidgeters to also help with focus. So that's on an everyday basis, so you can borrow those and then return them at the front desk. But this Friday, we have our sensory-friendly event. We do it 4 times a year, and we're going to reduce all the lighting and the noise, and it'll be just open for our guests who would like that extra assistance.
I really do love all of the different things that you actually have here to showcase that you're inclusive to everyone, because you guys are also an autism certified center, which means that all of your employees are trained, making sure that they understand how to make this tangible for everyone, children of special needs and all families.
That's right, and we're so excited to be able to provide that for everybody that comes, not only for our sensory-friendly events, but for every day. So, and we want to make sure that our traveling exhibitions that are like this, what we're in right now is a special exhibition just for the summer. So we want to make sure that our guests, all of our guests, can come and really enjoy that too.
And really quickly, what's the name of this exhibit? Because they saw me tight roping earlier.
Yes.
I'm getting ready to do the rock climbing wall. What is the name of this exhibit?
It's called Beyond Human Limits. It's about extreme athletes, and astronauts train like extreme athletes as they practice to go into space. So you're about ready to train like an astronaut.
we are. So Mary, thanks so much for all that information. I'm going to get ready to get up on the rock climbing wall. We're going to send things back to you guys in the studio for now. We're going to have much more when we return.
Space is the place. Thank you, Joe.
All right, when we come back, do you have stomach issues? You won't want to miss this segment. We will meet specialized physicians diagnosing digestive system disorders and how those doctors can help you. And as we head to break, here is Jimmy Sanchez from 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning with your tip of the week.
A ton of calls every week as it relates to duct cleaning in your home. What's causing it? Where is it coming from? Why do I keep seeing it? You see the different colors of dust in your home. Our team here at 1 Hour can come in and do a quick evaluation of your home to figure out what's causing that. And go ahead and schedule a duct cleaning to figure out what's causing that. So once we clean those ducts, we actually have a second product called Aeroseal. What this product will do, we'll go in there and seal all the ducts off. We'll do a pressure test of your entire system to figure out where those leaks are coming from, causing that dust to continue to migrate into your ducts, into your system, and eventually into your home. So by combining the duct cleaning with this Aeroseal product, we'll be able to identify the leaks, get them sealed from the inside, while having those clean ducts, having those ducts last clean for a longer time.
From abdominal pain to nausea and a wide array of gastrointestinal conditions, Memorial Hermann Medical Group has easily accessible clinics across Houston with board-certified physicians dedicated to treating GI disorders. Here with more on what a GI doctor does, why you may be referred to one, and what kind of treatment options they offer are gastroenterologist Dr. Vinitha Bala and Dr. Prasun Shah. Welcome to you both. And first of all, let's just get into what gastroenterologists actually do. What types of things do you help people with?
Okay, so gastroenterologists traditionally used to just diagnose the gut health related issues. But since the advancement of the technology, advancement in knowledge of biology, the role has changed, and it is not just the diagnostic purposes. It is a treatment. We can be a geneticist. We can be a palliative care provider. We can be chemotherapists, a lot of other stuff. which a gastroenterologist can perform nowadays with a lot of advancement and help with technology, yes.
And I know we often hear about stomach problems, but GI issues, they can really be affected by the intestines, colon, liver, pancreas, gallbladder. So walk us through some of the signs and symptoms that people really need to keep tabs on.
The patients, most commonly when they can't see the rectal bleeding, they always think it's hemorrhoids, because whenever there is rectal bleeding, there are various reasons, but most importantly, it's colon cancer. But most of the times, patients think that's hemorrhoids, and have over and over seen patients that had bleeding for a long time. They presume it's hemorrhoids, and finally, when they come to see us, we diagnose them with colon cancer, which is very preventable. So not all bleedings are not hemorrhoids. Not all abdominal pain is not irritable bowel syndrome. Not all diarrhea is just infection. So there are certain concerning symptoms when it goes on for a certain period of time. It's good to see a gastroenterologist to get a comprehensive GI care where we can perform certain tests and procedures and get to the root cause of the problem than too late.
And the things that you're both describing, I mean, these are quality of life issues, clearly. In some cases, you're able to save someone's life by diagnosing a disease early on. Let's talk a little bit about your messaging to people who have maybe been experiencing symptoms and have been putting off going in to see a doctor. What is your message to them?
So many factors play actually role in a healthy digestive system. My message would be that don't take any symptoms in a lightly. Symptoms as much as like abdominal discomfort. It can be pain, it can be bloating, it can be upset stomach, it can be diarrhea or vomiting, it can be bleeding, or it can be constipation. All those things, even though how minor it seems to you, might be meaning to a larger problem. So any of the symptoms which I just mentioned, or any of the other issues like a weight gain or weight loss or loss of appetite, all those things should lead you to the concern and seek the advice from a gastroenterologist.
Yeah, do not delay. Seek treatment right away. We've got about a minute left. I know there's a new GI clinic in the Woodlands opening mid to late September, depending on construction. But talk to us about the importance of having a clinic that is completely dedicated to treating GI disorders.
So the benefit of having a clinic, the patients have the opportunity to see a gastroenterologist and interact with them, who are specialists treating the digestive health, and they can really come up with the plan very effectively and in a timely manner. We also provide a comprehensive care where we provide patients with the screening, colonoscopies, where we educate them and also practice a preventive care. So it's very important, this clinic which setup is coming up, which provides a comprehensive GI care with multiple procedures and also screening, colonoscopies. And we have a very wonderful staff who are very efficient, and they can schedule your appointment as soon as possible to seek care.
That is right. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Doctors Vinitha Bala and Dr. Prasann Shah, thank you so much for your time and advice.
Thank you, Derek.
Thank you for having us.
And if you would like more information, you can visit mhmg.memorialhermann.org, or you can call 713-222-2273. Now let's send things over to Lauren Kelly for a look at a local organization empowering young girls. This is pretty cool, Lauren.
Yeah, this is really awesome, Derek. Coming up, how you can help motivate young women to become strong, smart, and bold with Girls Inc. of Greater Houston. More on their mission and how you can get involved is coming up, and we'll get a check of what's coming up for the news at 4 o'clock. Houston Life is back in just 2 minutes.
Welcome back to Houston Life. It is 3:30 on the dot. Derek Shore here along with Danielle Robay, who is filling in for Courtney. Are you having fun so far?
So much fun. I think, should I move to Houston? I like it here.
I don't know.
You guys are fun.
Time flies when you're having fun. Halfway through the show already.
Well, earlier we asked if you started a club, what would it be and why? And we have some funny comments here. So the first one is the Petty Club, because I like to be petty. Jennifer, why?
What?
All the sauce.
Okay. Brenda writes in the next greatest generation club. Only baby boomers are allowed. We would sit around and talk about why we are the next greatest generation. I'd like to be part of that club, though, because I want to hear the stories.
Yeah, I think so, too. There's a lot there. Rose Garden says a mom's only club. No kids, pets, or men. Wine and snacks are mandatory. Rose is funny.
I'd also like to be part of that club, Rose. So give me a call. All right,
man,
now
I don't know.
let's check in with Christine, Lauren, and the birthday boy, Mr. Frank Billingsley, ahead of the news at 4. Happy birthday, buddy.
Hey, thanks. You know, my candles started global warming, so there you go.
Oh! Hey, great to
see. But you know,
I know.
The more candles, the better, right?
Yes.
Right.
It's good.
Mom always says, consider the alternative.
Exactly. Good to have candles.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, great to see you guys. And yes, Frank, happy birthday,
Thank you.
friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, so not too stormy of an afternoon out there.
No,
That's
but
nice.
you heard Mother Nature
overnight
celebrating my birthday at 5 o'clock this morning.
So did my dog.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, that was a wake-up call, wasn't it? But things have calmed down, at least for now. But I'm going to show you the futurecast. 93, 91, 87 down in Galveston. It's fairly quiet for most of us right now. Here's a look at those storms that moved through. In fact, I'll rewind it all the way back to earlier this morning. Look at that line. Boom, 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 all the way through. And now just a shower or two popping up here in Liberty County, and maybe a little bit wants to show up here along I-10. But I tell you, not a lot going on, but the futurecast suddenly wants to really pop things by 4:30. Here's a look. This is 3:30 where we are now, and then suddenly, boom. So we might start to see a little action in the next hour or two. Certainly the heat of the day is there. It's soupy outside, no question. And then by the time we get to 8 o'clock, things begin to quiet down a bit. So we'll watch that. Not nearly as active today as it was yesterday, but there's a 10-20% chance as you head into this afternoon. Temperatures 90, 87, 86, 84. We've got very little going on in the Gulf as far as the tropics, but back out in the Atlantic, this is still there. But it was 30% chance of development yesterday, 20% today. There's a lot of wind over the Caribbean that's going to knock this thing down by Thursday, so that's why it's only at 20%. So tracking the scattered showers, I'll keep an eye on those for you. The sizzle continues to return tomorrow. In fact, mid-90s, even upper 90s. Right now, some feels like numbers are at 105 in Katy right now. So that's still there, and of course, always watching the tropics as we get older. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Well, happy birthday to you, Frank.
Well, thank you very much.
All right. So here's some of the other stories we're covering this afternoon. First, breaking news in the Samuel Olsen case. He's the little boy whose body was found in a motel room in Jasper. A second person has now been charged in connection to that case. You may remember Teresa Balboa was the first person to face charges. She is the girlfriend of Samuel's father. Coming up at 4, what we are learning about that second person.
And in the effort to get more people vaccinated against the coronavirus, one retailer is offering up in-store credit to entice you to get the shot. Who's offering that and how much they're willing to give you?
And finally, how would you like to wake up and see $1 billion in your bank account? Well, it happened to one woman. How it turned into a huge headache, though, when she tried to withdraw just a simple $20 bill.
Yeah, if it seems too good to be true,
it probably is, yeah.
How does that even happen? You just added a few extra zeros by mistake?
I don't know. I'd like to find out.
Okay, we'll tune in at 4 o'clock. We'll find out then. See you guys. Happy birthday, Franklin.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. 61, having fun.
61.
Happy birthday.
He's the best. All right, guys, see you at 4. So let's get into what's trending. How does that sound?
Let's do it.
Okay, so a lot of people saw the news that Las Vegas defensive lineman Carl Nassib came out as gay. This is a video he posted on his Instagram page. And in his statement, he said he had been agonizing over this decision to announce that he's gay for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
Which I think, you know, having gone through the struggle myself, you always wonder, like, will I be able to get a job? Will my family reject me? Will my friends reject me? So I think it's fantastic. He is the first active NFL player to come out of the closet.
It's a big deal. You know, I cover some sports things, and I've often heard pro sports referred to as the last closet. And so there's still a big discrepancy in the NHL, NFL, and MLB. Like you said, if he plays in September, he will be the first active pro athlete to be openly gay in 2021. I mean, it seems like it should have happened a while ago.
Long overdue.
You know?
Well, and you know, you hear these stories that locker room culture is one of the last places where homophobia can really thrive.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting is former NFL players, they've come out after their football careers were over. Jason Collins from the NBA, he came out. But what's interesting is years ago, I mean, even just a few years back, when NFL players would make anti-gay comments or tweet homophobic remarks, the NFL really kind of stayed silent about it. So it's pretty cool that the commissioner, Roger Goodell, actually made a statement in support of the player and equality. And I agree, long overdue.
It's a signal that times are changing, right?
Times are changing, or maybe times have already, you know, maybe they've always been like this. People are just getting a little more comfortable.
Exactly. Well, I think in tangent with times are changing is that Sesame Street now has an openly gay family. They have 2 gay dads on the show. You can air it, or you can watch it on HBO Max and YouTube. And Sesame Street has always been a place of inclusivity and diversity. They really try to change with the times. They've added some great African-American characters. And I think that it's important for kids. There's a saying, you can't be what you can't see. It's important for kids to see all types of people, all types of family, all types of love on TV.
Yeah, representation matters for sure. And I think no matter where you live now, it's not uncommon if you're a school child, you know, if a school-age child being raised by same-sex parents, or if you're not, like you certainly have kids in your class who are potentially being raised in LGBTQ families. So it's good. Progress is a good thing. Diversity is great. And I don't know, growing up in Utah, in Salt Lake City, I was always taught that what is different is bad. I feel like the world has
We're undoing that one.
We're undoing that way of thinking. So
yeah, what's different is great.
What's different is good. Our differences make us stronger.
Exactly.
All right, Danielle. Well, that does it for What is Trending. Coming up on Houston Life, is your home feeling outdated? How new flooring can take the look of your home to the next level.
And the local organization that's empowering young women to be strong, smart, and bold. Houston Life will be right back.
Replacing your flooring is a dramatic way to spruce up the look of your home. And whether you are looking for carpet, vinyl, laminate, or hardwood, a company called 50 Floor can make the transformation happen in just one day. Maria, welcome back to Houston Life.
Thank you, Derek.
It's nice to see you. Okay, so design segments on the show. You know, this is one of my things. And we've talked before about how simply painting a wall can transform a room. So imagine what new floors could do for your entire house. That's where 50 Floor comes in.
You're absolutely right. Sometimes we just paint one wall because we want it to make an impact. Again, imagine a completely new floor in one room or in your entire home. We come in and we bring the showroom to you. There's no need to get out in the summer heat or in the rain, depending right here in Houston, right with our weather. But you just can sit in the comfort of your own home with your furniture. Doesn't that make a huge difference according to whatever you have in your own house and the decor and the furniture? So we bring it to you. There's a design expert that comes, a flooring expert that comes, and is going to bring you hundreds of samples and offer you all the choices. And sometimes you might have one thing in mind, but then you talk to our specialist and you go, wait a minute, I never thought about this type of flooring. This looks really phenomenal. So that is why we make it extremely easy. We're going to bring that showroom right to the comfort of your own home.
You mentioned furnishing and accessories in the home, and it seems like so many homeowners might say, you know, I replaced this chair and I have a new sofa, but maybe it's been a while since the floors were updated.
Yes.
And as our furniture maybe becomes a little more, I don't know, trendy or contemporary, you guys essentially have these beautiful floors to match. I mean, the light gray, that's a very popular color right now.
That is extremely popular. We have some rooms in our home with that as well. But guess what? I've got kids, I've got dogs, so maybe hardwoods are not a great option for people like me, right? In fact, that is what we talk to you about. Hey, look at this upscale vinyl. Or what about carpet? Some people think that you just have to change your mattress every 8 years. Your carpet needs to be updated every 8 years because there will be a point where you can't vacuum up all those allergens and all those things that live underneath the carpets. So we come in and we give you all of this information. We talk to you about your budget, your needs, your lifestyle, and then we usually come in and can do the job for you in just one day.
Just one day.
Yes.
That's remarkable. You mentioned carpet, and for anyone who has ripped up old carpet, the amount of dirt that ends up going through the carpet underneath, it's nasty. If you think it's time to replace it, probably is. Okay, so Maria, in addition to the fact that you guys make the installation so easy, you mentioned one day.
Yes.
You mentioned all of the different selections. You have hundreds of them. Why should people really consider going with 50 Floor?
Well, again, because we come to you, I think that is why we are so popular with our clients. You don't have to get out and lug the kids or even yourself. Sometimes I know at the stores, they really don't have enough people to help you, or if even they have a couple of people to come help you, it's in the store, not at home. We offer a free consultation at home. Doesn't get better than that. And of course, all of the options that we give you. And again, the installation is remarkably easy. We'll move your furniture, we'll remove the existing flooring, inspect the subflooring, and then put the new floor on top of that. Really, you don't have to do a thing. So we are going to do all of that work for you.
That's fantastic. Maria Sotolongo with 50 Floor. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Derek.
And 50 Floor does have a special offer for Houston Life viewers. Call within the next hour and save 60% off all materials. You can also use the promo code Houston Life to get an extra $100 off your order. Call 877-50-FLOOR, which is 877-503-5667, or visit them online, 50floor.com. Switching gears now, Lauren Kelly is back to share how a local nonprofit is helping to empower young girls. Hi, Lauren.
Hey, Derek. Girls Inc. of Greater Houston focuses on supporting, mentoring, and guiding girls in a fun pro-girl environment. Girls Inc. Houston President Triopia Cannon and board member Kat Presley are telling us more about their mission and how you can get involved.
We have been serving the Greater Houston area since 1996. Our mission is inspiring all girls to be strong, smart, and bold. And our curriculum is surrounded by that.
Thank you for Girls Inc.
We are an outreach organization. We partnership with the independent school districts. And what we do is we provide programming to the girls 6 through 18. And our programming is during school time. And then we also have after school programming for the girls as well.
You know, ages 6 through 18 is a wide gap. Kat, can you tell us about some of the events that you've done in the past that really kind of involves all the ages?
Yeah, we have a lot of really fun events. We actually have some summer camps coming up, and that's going to be a lot of really fun activities and really interactive things, mentorship, all kinds of fun stuff. And then July 12th through July 23rd, we have the Be Bold Institute. And that's for the older age group, 13 to 18. And that's more of like a college prep educational program. So, and that's just right around the corner. So that's just one example of one of the really fun events we do.
I feel like it's really fun and inspiring because when you get around a bunch of girls who are motivated, it kind of motivates the entire room, right?
Absolutely. The energy is contagious. When you see the girls, we just did a recent high school graduation dinner for our seniors, and to see them embrace each other and talk about how they've been with Girls Inc. for 4 years and the difference that we've made in their lives, and it makes us feel well. I mean, I got overwhelmed of joy, and so did they. So it's very good to see when we're working with the young girls, and then we have the older girls come back and mentor the younger girls. So when you say it's a joy, that's like a mere understatement.
Now, Kat, I also know that you guys have a virtual event coming up this week. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yes, we do. It's coming up very soon, June 24th. It's actually, this year we're doing a digital event because we're, still doing protocol. So it's going to be at 5 p.m. And we're going to feature some incredible women. We're going to get some of the girls to speak, which will be really great because you'll get to kind of hear their stories. And that's going to be at 5 p.m. To register, you just go to girlsinc.houston.org. And you don't even have to buy a ticket. You can just register and come in and kind of get to know a little bit more about Girls Inc.
Well, we're really looking forward to this virtual happy hour coming up on Thursday. Kat and Triobia, thank you so much for sharing this info. As a girl, a family of 4 sisters, I know that it makes such huge differences, and we appreciate everything you do. So thank you for that, and you guys stay well, okay?
Thank you.
And for more information on the Girls Inc. of Greater Houston mentorship programs, summer camps, and virtual happy hour, just log on to HoustonLife.tv. Danielle and Derek, I was just telling you guys, ages 6 through 18, like starting young through high school, it's such a great way for young women to really kind of have a great environment, because as you know, I'm one of 4 girls, and something like that, which was super helpful, was having all those women in my life. So,
you know, I've actually done some events with Girls Inc. And to see the young girls, the difference from the beginning to the end of the program, like a year later, is huge. They gain so much confidence. It's an awesome organization.
Yeah, it's so good.
And mentorship too. I feel like when we look back on our lives, can't you think about the adults who really made a difference in your lives?
100%.
I mean, sometimes you connect with that adult, that mentor, and it sets you on a path of inspiration. So I think it's really cool what they're doing, Lauren.
You only need one person to say, I believe in you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
true. All right, well, now let's check in with Joe Sam to see what's happening at the Space Center Houston. Hey, Joe.
Hey guys, yeah, it's been an absolutely wonderful time we've been having here. When we come back, we're going to take you inside the space lab that you see here, talking all about that astronaut training and how your kids can come and check it out this weekend when Houston Life returns in just 2 minutes. Welcome back here to Houston Life. We are at the Space Center Houston talking about their sensory-friendly events and the amazing things that you can come and check out here. I have Mary joining me again to tell us about that. We're getting ready to head inside the Sky Lab.
We're getting ready to go inside Skylab. It was our first, it was before the International Space Station, and this is actually a trainer that astronauts trained in before they went up to Skylab. That was in the early 1970s.
Really cool things that we have in here talking about that anti-gravity. Look at what we see. This blew me away because I actually thought this was a real person.
I know. A lot of our guests come in here and look a little surprised by that too, but this is simulating, we have a video that shows when the astronauts were actually in space in Skylab spinning like this, and it's one of the most famous video footage that we have. You know, then you get a chance of what it looks like in low Earth or low gravity.
What I love is that people can not only have great visuals when they come here, but they also learn so much, and that's what the kids are going to be able to do when they come here with their families as well. Learn so much about space and space exploration.
That's right. This summer, we're really focused on the theme of that we're fun for everybody. We want to inspire people during the summer, and this is Johnson Space Center. We're the visitor center for Johnson Space, and you can come here and learn all about how astronauts train here.
Yeah, and each thing that we learn and that we see is just mind-blowing. When we talk about how big this space is, there's so much for people to do. You can spend the entire day here. You guys have shows, you have performances, different lectures that you can actually talk with the astronauts about their experience up in space.
We do, and we have over 400 space artifacts as well, in addition to this giant space. And then you can jump on a tram and go over to Johnson Space Center and see where the astronauts train, as well as see the Saturn V rocket that's as big as the Statue of Liberty.
Really quickly, you have 2 of the Sensory events that's coming up. The first one that's going to be happening this week, and then you have another coming up in August. What's the dates for those?
Sure. The one for this weekend is this Friday from 6 to 9, and then we have one coming up on August 21st, and that one's in the morning. That one's from 8 to 10.
Wow. Yeah. And you know what? I have to get some kind of anti-gravity going on too, so that I can be spinning around like that. I said I can just be sipping on some wine while we're up there, or catching some of the bubbles that's flying around.
It'd be so fun. Well, there's definitely a show that kind of simulates that. So when you come, you can check out the show, get inspired, and then who knows, maybe you'll invent some shoes that will do that in the far, far future.
There we go. Really quick, what's the website that people can go for tickets?
Spacecenter.org. Go online, book your tickets in advance, because we've been definitely very busy. We're so excited to welcome people back. That'll get you a time ticket to come, and many of these experiences are included in your visit.
Mary, thank you so much for all of that information. We're going to also have that on our website, HoustonLife.tv. Derek, Danielle, we're going to send things back to you guys while we go and do some more space exploring.
All right, Joe. Thanks so much. A lot to see and do down there. And you know, Danielle, when we have these rainstorms and when you're trying to figure out what to do with the family, Space Center Houston, it delivers every single time.
It looks really fun. I want to check it out before I leave.
It's great. Your imagination will explode. All right, after the break, a look at what is coming up on tomorrow's show, including a look at a new creative space opening up in 5th Ward.
And we'll be right back with more Houston Life.
Coming up tomorrow on Houston Life, he has worked with artists like Beyonce and Trey Songz. Find out how Isaac Yeoman is doing to help the 5th Ward community, what he's doing, rather.
And scooters are a fun, family-friendly summer activity that will help you explore the city. Lauren Kelly is showing us the perfect way to cruise around H-Town.
Okay, wait a minute. I've seen those scooters everywhere, especially downtown and in Edo. I've never actually ridden one of those. Have you?
I want to see that. Yeah, I ride them all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah, because if there's bad traffic, easy way to get around.
That's true, in a bike lane. And how do you unlock it using an app on your phone? Is that it?
I guess we're going to find out.
I guess we will. Sometimes we're a little too old for these things, but we'll figure that out tomorrow.
You're never too old for a new experience.
That is so true. You are so wise. Did you have fun today, Danielle?
I had so much fun. Thank you for having me.
Okay, well, we're going to have you back tomorrow.
I know you're stuck with me.
Okay, same time, same place. We'll see all of you at 3 o'clock tomorrow, but in the meantime, we're going to hand it off to Christine and Lauren in Studio A.